Living Local presents Biz Buzz 413.
Hello, we are back live at the 413 Entrepreneur Spotlight February edition. This is Biz Buzz 413, and I'm your host, Jill Munson. Super excited because I have with me our partner organization tonight. If you're not familiar, what happens every month at the 413 Entrepreneur Spotlight is we bring in a community organization, and then we get to learn all about them. And so I guess I thought it was pretty cool, and I knew like a lot of the organizations. And I don't. And so I'm kind of embarrassed because I know really nothing about tonight's organization. And that's why I'm super excited. So tonight, the partner organization is the Black Economic Council of Massachusetts, which the first question I'm going to ask my guest is, am I allowed to call it BECMA? I don't know if that's the way it's called, but I keep calling it BECMA. So maybe, maybe not. But they're here and they're awesome. And I have two guests with me. So we're going to talk fast. But my first one is Jae'da. Jae'da Turner is the Senior Manager of Development and Member Relations, which doesn't fit on her business card, but is such a cool title. So, Jae'da, I need you to first of all tell me, can I call it BECMA?
Yes, you can definitely call it BECMA. A lot of people do. I do as well.
Yay! I get to call it BECMA. Okay, so what I need to know is, what do you do?
So, BECMA is a statewide member-based organization to create space for Black businesses and grow the economic impact, build wealth. That's really kind of our mission. And we're actually celebrating 10 years. We decided,
Wow.
yeah,
Congratulations.
claps for BECMA.
Yeah.
10 years. And it kind of came out of a study that said that the wealth of a Black family in Boston was $8, as opposed to white counterparts, which was about $250,000. So
Wait. $8?
$8.
Not like 800, 8,000, 8.
$8. And so obviously something needed to be done about that. And BECMA was formed from a number of community leaders, business professionals that really wanted to make an impact and create space for businesses and people to build wealth, and entrepreneurship is a major way to do that.
Well, and to have the sustainable generational wealth to make sure that not only does that family, but then obviously the children, and also just, and I was saying this to Ray Berry, a guest I had on a little while ago, that it's so great when a young, and your colleague here, Chris, can probably attest to this, but when, a young man of color sees a role model that looks like them, like I think that, as someone who's gay, I know for me, when I see someone breaking barriers in my space, I'm like, okay, like it is possible. So one of the questions, and it's funny, I asked this when I interviewed the Martin Luther King Community Center. I asked Shannon, I said, okay, I'm white. I tried for years to be Black. Like I wanted to be so bad. I used to braid my hair and everything. I had an amazing braider. But what I realized is no matter how much I did that, I'm kind of still white,
Yes.
which I'm not ashamed of. I'm fine with. But I want to support as an ally my Black brothers and sisters. And so how do I do that through the organization? Is there an allyship way to do that? Because there's a whole community out there like me that sometimes just don't know how to lean in because we're afraid. We don't want to say the wrong thing. I'm infamous for saying the wrong thing. So how do we do that?
Yeah, exactly. And we believe that this ecosystem and this impact, it goes beyond Black people. We have to really have everybody at the table.
Right.
Allies are really a big part of that impact. So we definitely have ally members. We have a formal ally membership, which are institutions, corporations that really want to support the mission of BECMA, whether that's through partnership, sponsorship of our signature events. We've been hosting the Mass Black Expo for a good number of years of our existing, really as a convening of people to talk about this issue. How can we build wealth? What are the different avenues? Who are the people at the table that we can bring together to make this impact? So those look like corporations. They also look like individuals, people that can attend these events to learn about what are the issues and how they can get involved. Sponsors, donors. And with any nonprofit, we're always looking for people to support in fundraising. So that's one way you can always support at the individual level. But really just education, learning about the issues. We do a lot as it relates to policy. So advocating and supporting the various bills that we are supporting and aligning with our political officials there. So we each year do a policy agenda talking about the different bills that align with our mission. So that's a big part of our organization
Well, that's
policy.
incredible. I'm going to put the website link in the chat notes so that people
Okay.
can get a hold because we don't have a lot of time.
Yeah,
And I want to make sure that we rotate and that I get to talk to Chris. So
absolutely.
it's been awesome talking with you. And thank you for not thinking I'm too weird. I mean, I
Definitely.
am weird, but thank you.
We all got to be weird.
I love it. All right, so we've switched seats, and now Chris Sonnie is in the hot seat. His title, which is okay. Before I even say his title, can I tell people what I was going to call you?
Sure.
It wasn't going to be Chris. It was going to be called Tall Drink of Water. This gentleman is a very. I hope I'm allowed to say this. You are a good-looking human.
Appreciate that, Jill. Thank you so
And it's
much.
called a
Yeah,
lesbian, so it is. Like it makes it. You are like that's like not just 5 stars. That's like 6 stars in your cat.
I love it. Thank you so much.
Right, Chris Sonnie, your title is Pipeline and Programs Manager.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So do you lay pipe? Like, what do you
No,
do?
so
I don't
I
even.
like-
I don't know what that title means. Who gave you that
No,
title?
yeah. So it's a weird title. Yes. Really, in my day to day is I'm in 2 roles right now with the organization. One of them is managing our back office support services program, where we connect entrepreneurs with different resources such as like technical assistance, grants, digital
Okay.
tools. But the fun part, and this is where I want to be like 100%, is the it's the pipeline part, but it's more like an investment analysis. So I work mainly in our fund, BECMA community investments, where we look to provide capital to entrepreneurs that can't receive capital. So really what I do in that fund work is I help businesses through the whole pipeline of the process, um, helping them with due diligence, taking a look at certain things, and then hopefully, bringing them to the promised land of getting the investment that they need.
That is incredible because I actually I know a lot like with the Center for Women in Enterprise they
Mhm.
work with women who are struggling to have access to capital and I know I'm a member of the Massachusetts LGBT chamber and they do that as well because any underserved community is there's definitely the concern that the access to capital isn't there or that they just don't know how like the capital
Yes.
might be
Yes.
there but they're either they don't know or
Mhm.
they're afraid they think because they might not look the part, quote unquote,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
So if somebody, and I do want you to share this because we have to go because the program's going to start and I always get in trouble, but I want people to be able to get a hold of you because I think that what you're offering, I think all of BECMA is offering some incredible things, but I think in particular, capital is, I'm a small business owner, capital is the hardest part.
Yeah.
Because most of us are not able to walk into a bank, probably because for so long we've been funding it ourselves, so our
Yeah.
credit sucks, but they need to be able to have resources. So share what is your email or contact so somebody can get you.
Yeah, for sure. So my email address is csonnie@becma.org. You can email me there and we can set up a conversation to talk about the fund. And if it's not a good fit, we could definitely find the fit for you. Or if you want to go directly to www.becma.org, the BCI stuff lives on the website. So you
Okay.
can check us out there. There's a lot more information that I would share with you in the meeting. But that way you could see what we're all about.
All right. And if you're, I don't know if you're single or not, but if you are, no, I'm just kidding. I'm not putting all your business out there. And my wife might listen to this episode and then I'm dead meat. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Jae'da. BECMA, thank you for being here. Thank you for making sure that even though you're an organization that represents the whole state, that you remember that here in the 413, we not only have a lot of great humans, we have a lot of great Black entrepreneurial humans, and that you are here representing them. This is BizBuzz 413.